new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.
Doubleheader Sunday and the start of the second half of the league stage takes us to our first reverse fixture of the season. KKR versus RCB it is at Eden Gardens on Sunday afternoon. What can we expect? Let's find out on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPNcricinfo Timeout in the company of Tom Moody, Mitch McClenaghan and Wasim Jaffer. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. The last time these two teams met, Sunil Narayan made 47 of 22, and since then Sunil Narayan, the batter, hasn't looked back. RCB, with all their bowling woes, now have to meet the same guy and a batting unit which just hasn't stopped scoring. That's a scary proposition.
Yeah, I think any opposition at the moment for RCB is a challenge because they just haven't quite found their right formula, and they haven't got enough of their personnel in form. So, but every new game presents a new opportunity. So it's a tough task going away from home, particularly to Kolkata, where it seems that KKR have nearly unlocked the way to play there with their power hitters and their spin options.
For RCB, the last game saw them without Glenn Maxwell, without Cameron Green, and while everyone's missing Maxwell the batter, RCB are also missing Maxwell the bowler because he happens to be their most economical bowler of the season. He's also just one wicket behind Yash Dayal, who's their leading wicket taker of the season. You'd almost have an argument for playing Maxwell because he also fills the bowling hole.
Yeah, look, you probably like to have resource available, but from all the conversations that we've heard Maxwell have in the media, it sounds like he's on ice for a couple of games. So, yep, we can have that conversation. It'd be a great luxury to have with the ball. He's been very good. But until he's ready to come back with the bat, I don't see him playing.
In that case, Cam Green also becomes a similar talking point because, again, while he's not had a great start to the season, he is someone who gives you a bowling option. And as we've seen in RCB's games, they are generally looking out for that sixth or seventh bowler.
I mean, it's interesting to see whether they go with two overseas bowlers or they again go back to three overseas batters. So that's something which we need to see. I'm sure Will Jacks will play because he had limited opportunity. He was unfortunate to got run out like that. But if Cam Green comes, then where does he bat? Yeah, I'm sure he's going to bat 4. So that's the dilemma with the RCB. But they need to get better. There's no doubt about it.
Your overseas 4 for this game?
I'll be keeping the same. I'll be going Topley, Lockie Ferguson, Will Jacks and Faf du Plessis. I think Will Jacks has been unlucky. First game he got out, but the second game got run out backing up. So I wouldn't be changing that now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think he would welcome an opportunity to play in Kolkata, those conditions there, particularly the way he plays. It'll suit his game.
I'd like to see them be brave as well with their bowling. I'd like to see Lockie Ferguson open the bowling to Sunil Narayan in terms of the combination that they use.
Would you also consider getting Mohammad Siraj back in, who they didn't play in the last game?
Yeah,
I would. Yeah. I would definitely. I just think, I think a world-class bowler, which Siraj is, he's proven that with his performances in the IPL last year and also with his performances for India in all formats of the game. I just think that he's had his spell. Now it's a chance for him to respond to his poor start.
Wasim?
I'd probably play Siraj and get one of the overseas guy out and get Cam Green in. Probably bat at number 5. That's where their problem. Their problem is the batting hasn't clicked as well. But you need that 6th bowling option as well as your big signing, Cam Green. Even though you want him to bat at 3, but I'm sure he's not going to get that opportunity there with Will Jacks there. But I'll probably bat him at 5 and hope he does the job.
Let's turn our attention towards KKR. A lot of things have clicked for them. One that hasn't is Mitch Starc. A slow start to his season, 5 wickets in 6 innings so far and an economy of 10.5. Tom, completely forgetting the price tag, which gets highlighted a lot. Is this coming to the point where KKR are wondering about the returns they're getting from just a top quality overseas recruitment?
Yes, but they also need to look at their alternatives and they also need to look at what the team is doing, and the team is performing. And by moving too many pieces, you can also disturb, your rhythm. It is a concern. It'd be a bigger concern for Mitchell Starc than anyone else because he's a proud man. He's been a champion bowler for over a decade. So you've got to continue to back that player to respond and get back into the contest. I think KKR are in a position where they can afford to do that.
Mitch, a look at the lengths that Starc has bowled so far this season suggests that the Yorkers haven't really landed for him. I mean, there are 3 Yorkers there, but you see a high number of full balls. When you look at that, what does that tell you?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a fuller length bowler, isn't he, with the new ball? And I think probably the major concern for him with the new ball has been his line. His line hasn't been straight enough so far, and that's maybe just that there hasn't been the swing on offer. So I feel like if he makes a small adjustment with his line and looks the ball a bit straighter, and if it swings down leg, that's fine. At least you know you're not going to give width in the power play, which is dangerous, particularly at Kolkata. He is attempting to bowl the Yorkers and the wide Yorkers, and he's not far away. I will say that. And when I say not far away, I mean from the perspective that when I'm watching him, I know what he's trying to do. I know what he's trying to execute. He's just missing that execution by just a little bit, which tells me that he's still thinking in the right way, and that once he gets that execution right, he's going to be bang on.
Bodes well for him that the last game at Eden saw him have his best outing of the season so far. He took 3 wickets and managed to keep Pooran down at the death.
Yeah, he bowled well there, without a doubt. But after that, he had a pretty ordinary game in the last game that he played against RR. But he would like to get back. I thought the ball hasn't swung for him like it generally does for Starc, and that fuller length which he bowls with the new ball beats a lot of batsmen with the pace hasn't been seen a lot. And the Yorkers that we talked about, is somebody who bowls the Yorkers so well. I'm surprised he hasn't come around the stump and tried that angle as well. Something that he might think.
Right. Anyone giving RCB a shot at KKR?
Well, there's starter's chance, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I
I think it's going to be a hard road trip for them. But it'd be nice for them to, lift themselves off the bottom.
I'll probably give them a chance if they're chasing. The batting, can click, which showed in the last game. They only fell 25 runs short in a big chase. So if they're chasing, it could be a chance.
Yeah, RCB's last game was 287 meets 262. KKR's saw them make 223 and lose on the final ball. If it's anything like that, expect another high scorer at Eden Gardens.
All new hot and techy Brezza, the Citybird SUV.